Hello, guys. Hello. Welcome in. Let me see who we got. Who we got over here? Hi, Jacob. Hello, Lepo. Hello, Mandatory Carrie. Hi, PG Bear. Hello, Samael. As always. Hi, Larry. Welcome in, Larry. Hi, D Day. Hi, D Day. Hello, Super Sukabelat. Sukabelat. Hello, BTK. Hello, guys. Hi, 3G Kaufman. Hi, Scott. Hello, Fix. Guys, I do take my emails into account. So, for those who have commented, oh, you really take your emails into account, that's good stuff. I do. If you email me with things that you want to be spoken about, I'm sorry for the camera moving. But if you guys email me with things that you want to be spoken about, I will take them into account. I'm not the type of person who leaves my email address just for the fun of it. I leave it so that you guys can contact me and speak with me and requests. You guys can, do as you please, right? Um, right. Leposa, I guess I'll be up late. Well, it is Saturday. What else are you going to do, right? I mean, at least you can enjoy the Saturday with me. Let me know if the backlight is bothering you guys too, because I can turn it off. All right. So, there's something that's happening tonight. Okay, guys. I have a little bit of a surprise for you guys. A surprise for me too, because normally we do the shows together, just us. But someone came in through my back door in my house, and yeah, they just broke into my house, and they said that the only way that I could stay alive was to let them join my live stream. So yes, I am at gunpoint today. But I think I'm having a good Saturday nonetheless. Gunpoint doesn't scare me much, right? So we do have someone that will be joining us. It is my best friend. And this is what best friends do, right? Isn't this what your guys' best friends do too, right? It's normal to do this, right? So she's here now. She is a little bit more on the liberal side. You guys know I'm a raging racist. So she is. I'm not a raging racist. I'm a raging homophobe. But whatever. The thing is, she's here, and she is more of a person who likes to fly the rainbow flag. She's like, love and peace and joy around the world, and all that nonsense that I hate. But we're still best friends for a reason. Opposites attract. And she has known me over 10 years. So if you guys have any questions for her to know who I really am behind the scenes, she could probably answer it, but you better not tell the truth. So right. So she's going to be joining us to have this conversation. So she's going to be here in a second. She's I don't know what she's doing right now. She's probably preparing some rainbow stuff in the background, so something that'll piss me off. Right. Hi, Shadow. Hi, is her name Heather? It might as well be. Her name might as well be Heather. She's the whitest thing you'll ever see. Um Hello, guys. I'm happy. Hi, Beak. Beak, I need to mod you. I want to give you a wrench, but I don't think I can do that from here. Hello, Neil. Welcome in, Neil. Hello, Anthony. Hello, American Patriot. Nice to see all of you guys here today. Hello, Dio. Um, Guys, so the topic today is this. My title that I gave to you is this: World powers are shifting, and will America keep up? Recently, as you guys know, there has been some issues going on with Palestine and Israel. A lot of people have taken sides. You guys know many people have chosen sides, and there's been a lot of contention regarding this subject. There's been a lot of tension, stress. People are fighting in the streets, taking sides, really. I wanted to bring up something to you guys that I was thinking about. Back when World War II and World War One were going on, they were not called World War One at the time. They didn't know what the name would be. They just knew that they were in a conflict, right? That's kind of how I feel like what's happening right now. Is like we're not calling it World War Three, but I believe that Ukraine and Russia was actually the beginning of World War Three, to me, because we never know the beginning of these things until after. Like how they say, what is it called? Hindsight is 2020. We're living it, so we don't really see where the beginning is. The beginning could have been with COVID. The beginning could have been with who knows what. But I see that something has begun. And if you guys aren't paying attention, America is falling greatly. People in the Middle East, like countries like Saudi Arabia, are no longer using the American petrodollar. They're switching over to different currencies. America is losing her weight, the power that she used to have. We're no longer the leader of the world. Let's just be real. We're starting to fall, and this is why I believe all these wars are starting to happen, because powers are shifting worldwide. And if you guys don't notice it, we have war going on with Israel and Palestine. Then we have Ukraine and Russia. We have China that's messing with Taiwan constantly. People are starting to push the boundaries that have been set for about 50 years. The boundaries that were set 50 years ago are no longer. I'll give you another example. You guys know Egypt. Egypt and Israel have had a history, a long history of not liking each other. Okay. Us as Arabs, we don't like them. We don't like, you guys know what I'm saying, right? We don't like them. And it's not a racism thing. There's a history behind this. This is a generational thing. No one generation is going to fix what is going on between Arabs and the Israelis. No one generation is going to fix this. This is like passed down through children, grandchildren, great grandchildren, and so on. But recently, there has, Israel and Egypt have had an agreement going on where they've been actually kind of peaceful. They've been kind of cordial with one another recently until now. Egypt has put troops on their border between them and Israel now. Egypt. So Egypt is now getting in on the action. All I'm saying is we don't know what's going to come of this, because of course Egypt and America are good and cordial with one another. They are, I don't know if they're allies or not, but I believe they are. So if Egypt is going to push the boundaries with Israel and they're taking sides with Palestine, what's going to happen with Israel? Where is America going to lie her loyalties to? Is she going to lie her loyalties with Egypt as their ally? Or is America going to lie their loyalty with Israel? And this is another thing. I'm like, I see America defending Israel, and no matter what you guys may think, I don't know how you guys see this conflict, but before, I used to be the type of person to say, you know what, I'm not going to get into the Israel versus Palestine debate because I don't live there. I don't know what's going on every day. It's not my politics. I care about American politics. Whatever goes on over there is not my business, not my problem. If Palestine wants to keep their country, they need to defend it. If you don't have a strong enough army, you lose your country, you lose your territory. That's how it is. That's how the world works. Yes, it's sad. It may be unfair, but that's how world is. That's how it is. If you can't defend it, you're going to lose it. And if Palestine cannot defend themselves against Israel, they're going to lose their country. They're going to lose their territory. They're going to lose. That's how I used to think. This time around, I have a little bit of change of heart, because I know this light is kind of glaring in the back. Maybe if I sit here. I have a little bit of a change of heart now. And the change of heart is coming because of the way that I'm seeing this kind of the more recent situation happening. I'm having a change of heart. And I'm not against Israel because I hate the Jews. No, that's not the reason why I'm against Israel. You know? Watch this. She's liberal. So we gas the Jews, and then that's the first thing that we have to do in order to get things right. If we really want to fix the world, gassing the Jews is what needs to happen. So are you all right in there? You crying? Are you crying? All right. So that I'm not saying because I dislike the Jews that's the reason why I'm against. That's not the reason. The reason, well, we're going to speak about it. I'll wait till she comes over here and then we can have the full conversation, because I want to see her views as a person that doesn't think like me. You guys kind of think like me, right? Just a little bit, kind of. Maybe you guys aren't as extreme as I am, but I believe that you guys kind of think like me. We have a person who thinks different from us, right? And that's what I want to take advantage of. I like to take advantage of people who don't have the same viewpoints as me and speak to them. And it's really rare that we find people who are a little bit more liberal to talk with, because the majority of them do not want to speak to conservatives. They think that we're racist. They think that we're homophobes. They think that we don't want progression and we only want traditionalism and traditional values, which isn't always true. So, we're going to figure it out. So, what do you guys say? No, 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 no. First of all, you will not say that in my chat. Stop it. Stop it right now. Stop it. Oh, wow, honey. Stop, stop, stop. I have to listen. Stop it. Nobody heard that. You guys keep it to yourselves. Hi, Josh. Hello. Hi, Lord Vigilator. Vigilator. I hope I said that right. Oh my God. Dio says Palestine and Israel got into a fight. Oh, sorry. They get into a fight. The government wants to bomb Iran. Make that make sense. Do you know? You, oh, you bring it. Did you hear that? Did you hear that? Rachel. So basically, they're saying that America wants to bomb Iran because of the fight between Palestine and Israel. So,
but didn't America give like billions of dollars to Iran recently?
That's not the point. That's not the point. What happened with 9/11? Remember 9/11, right? I mean, that's when that's when you stopped talking to me because you kept calling me Allahu Akbar. But it's okay. Who are you calling a sharmuta? See, this is the reason why you can't have people around you because they get comfortable. This is so you remember what happened there, right? So Saudi Arabia, they said all the Saudis are the ones who attacked America, and then they went after Afghanistan, Uzbekistan, every other country, Syria, Iraq, Iran, everybody else except Saudi Arabia. Could this be an instigated war from America just to find another reason to get? I don't know. I don't know. He says, all I see is U.S. losing Ukraine and the petrodollar, so they rush back for the Middle Eastern oil. What do you think?
I don't disagree necessarily. I don't know that I formed enough of an educated opinion to comment on that, but I certainly have opinions on what's going on in Gaza.
Oh, here, share your opinion on Gaza. Here, I'm gonna give.
Say hi.
Yeah, come on.
Hello.
So this is my best friend, guys. She is a half breed. She's a mutt. But
Wow.
hi.
The disrespect.
She's a half breed, but I love her so much. She claims to be black, but she's not. I mean, like clearly, look at her. She's not. But she's like, I'm black, and I'm like, you're not though.
I'm half black.
Okay. Does that even count? Tell me, guys. Does that count? I have a lot of black viewers. Does that count? If you're half, does that count? Because all I know is that when Asians are half, they don't count the person as Asian. When white people are half, they don't count the person as white. So does it count? I think you're a category of your own, but
I think I'm black. So hi everyone. I'm Rachel. Okay, I guess I'll come over. Hello. So somebody said that I don't want to be on camera and lose my job due to affiliation. That's pretty rude. I guess I don't know where you come from, but two people can be friends and have differences in opinions. So I don't subscribe necessarily to everything that my friend does. I have my own opinions, but we can still be friends. I will say, though, that in terms of what's going on in Gaza and the Middle East right now, what may surprise you, or maybe not, because I think it's possibly generational as well, is that I do actually stand with Palestine. And I think that what Israel is doing is genocide, is a form of genocide, racial cleansing. However, I don't condone the slaughter of any innocent people, um, regardless on whose side that you agree with. So, but yeah, I think right now in Gaza, they don't even have access to the internet, right? They shut off electricity and water
Water,
and
everything. Yeah.
resources to the city. So, yeah, so that is my stance on that. That I do feel I have enough information to have formed an opinion on.
So, do you believe that we should gas the Jews then?
No.
What? Why?
Jesus Christ.
No.
Oh my flipping God.
Okay. Let's start slowly. You'll get there eventually. Let's start slowly. So the Gaza situation, you know that Gaza is mostly full of children. It's mostly
Right.
kids.
Yeah, it's about 50%. And I will also say too, being I am black, okay? Like I can be half black and still anyway. I'm not going to take the side of colonizers.
Here we go with that
And
word. Oh my God, colonizer.
yeah. Is it racial cleansing when it's done to white men? Be so for real. Like be so for real. Come on now. That they're not marginalized. White men are not marginalized. So what are you talking about?
You have a guest. Somebody wants to say something to you. Go ahead, Sammy.
So if you're half black, what's the other half?
White.
So do you not honor those ancestors as well? It's part of your heritage.
Okay, sure.
No, be real.
It's a serious question.
Do I not honor those ancestors? Wow, what an interesting thing to say. I mean, it's a part of my culture. I embrace being both. I'm fine with being both. But ultimately, at the end of the day, a white person looking at me, like, look, you even had to ask, what is the other half? Like, I'm going to be black to most white people, to the majority. I don't have the luxury of saying I'm white today. So
well, see, if I had to guess by looking, I would not have guessed black either. I wouldn't have known. That's why I would have asked.
That's what
it's a little
I
ambiguous.
said. She looks like she could be Latina. She could be anything.
Okay, well, I'm black, so thanks.
Okay, well now I know that you're part black. You're also part white.
Yeah. Okay, and what are you? May I ask? Are you white or something else?
Mostly, yeah.
Okay. So, yeah, I mean, I guess I also don't really understand the question of like honoring my heritage, my white heritage.
Wait,
like,
Samael. Wait, but when we say that about, let's say, when we say that about black people, when we say honor your black heritage, that's easily understandable because people can say, yes, honoring your black heritage is, this, and this. But
Sure.
when we say it the other way around, you're like, I don't understand what that means.
I mean, it's European, sure. Not. It's not particularly exciting to me. No, it's just white.
Not exciting.
No,
it's not
really.
Exciting.
Oh, and I know, and I am aware of my family tree, and I've heard the history on both sides, and I can trace on my black side back to the slave ships, actually. My ancestors from West Africa. So, anyway, yeah.
No, fair enough. I just thought I would ask.
No, and I'm not offended by the question.
Oh, I honestly didn't care if you were.
Okay, great.
It was just a question.
Well, yeah, because,
sure. And
yeah.
I'm sorry if you don't like my answer. I don't feel particularly strong about the topic. So.
No, I think you were pretty clear about it. No, I don't. I'm not offended by your answer at all.
Fair enough.
So, I think you answered honestly, and I appreciate it.
Yeah. No, one thing about me that she and I definitely have in common is that we're pretty candid. So I will answer honestly.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I appreciate it. All right.
Do you guys know that personality test, right? That I told you guys, the Myers-Briggs. So we learned something about ourselves recently that we actually are almost the same. So I am ISTP, which means I'm an introverted version of her. She's ESTP, which is the extroverted version of me. So our personality types, we didn't even know because I thought that we were the complete opposite on the spectrum. I thought that she was like some raging, soft-hearted, like cry every sad movie you see type of person. came to find out that she's actually just like me, except I'm introverted. I'm more like mental, not that way, because I already know what you're thinking. But I'm more mental, and she is more extroverted. So she's more, she's not afraid to like be more adventurous and so on and so forth. Me, my adventures are in my head, because the people that talk to me in my head, they have a lot more to say than the people outside. So, yeah.
Someone says that I'm fine as an ally of convenience, but be careful for it was up right there.
I see.
Yeah. But make sure to put her on the front line. Better to get rid of the lefties before they can betray you later.
Trust me, I got it. Trust me. I
What
already
the
know.
fuck is like? What is this?
I'm pushing her first. I'm like,
Okay. Can I also go ahead and provide a disclaimer, which is that I had very minimal information leading up to this. I'm like, I mean, I know my friend has a conservative like streaming thing a couple times a week. Let me check it out and see what it is. I'm open-minded, but so very, very interesting comments, mostly supportive and within the range of normal. Some a little bit eccentric, but that's fine. We're all friends here. But yeah, I just, if I'm going to be accepting of a homosexual person or of somebody of another race or somebody of another background, why wouldn't I like be accepting of someone with a different opinion, a different allegiance, to be a Republican or represent some other party? I don't.
But that's rare. That's rare, because most in the camp of like the liberals, if they're only okay with diversity if that diversity is skin tone or sexual orientation. When it comes down to ideology, the way you think, your logic, in fact, that's when it turns out to be like, no, I'm not okay with that, because then I can be labeled a raging racist or a homophobe or what have you. I hope that you know that I'm not a raging racist. All right, so the next topic is this is why
I think the right is more intolerant than the left.
Well, of course you would think that. Why would you think that?
I think that also, like the older that you get, the more conservative you get, just kind of naturally. So, we don't always talk about these types of topics. It isn't like an everyday occurrence when she and I spend time together. So, yeah, I think maybe you may even be surprised to learn that perhaps I'm not as left as you are. The older I get and the more I pay in taxes. I'm like,
well, that'll change you. Taxes.
Fix my shit. Why did I give you people 50 grand last year in taxes? And why is shit all fucked up outside? Like,
why is the road messing up our Teslas, Bentleys, and Range Rovers?
Right? Like, why are teachers not getting paid well if the children are supposed to be our future and other things of that nature? So,
right. Well, there's another thing that I want to bring up to you, because I do want to go back to the Gaza
sure.
topic. I do want to go back to that, but there's another thing that I'm interested in that I want to have a little bit lightheartedness before we get into that, because I don't want you to be introduced to my people. This is my pride. These are my people, right? I don't want you to be introduced to them in a tensious way, or a way where they're going to start roasting you, or you start roasting them. I want us to be kind of introduced her in a different way. Maybe I was too harsh on her in the beginning, but this is my best friend, guys. This is not a joke. It's not a game. This is my best friend. She's known me over 10 years. We went to school together for the time that I was in America. As she could tell you, I kept leaving because I kept going to different countries. But do you want to share anything, or no? I'm not letting you do that. Never mind. I'm not letting you do that. Okay, so there is a video that went viral. I don't know if you saw it, but there was a lady who got dumped on a first date because she didn't want to go to the Cheesecake Factory. I don't know if you saw that. Did you see that?
Yes.
You did. But you as a more liberal, what's your view on that? You're a little bit more soft.
I think that's shallow. I think that's really shallow.
That's it?
Yes, I think that's shallow. Well, I mean, I guess I can kind of see it from both perspectives. What can I say? I'm a kind of person that wants to be open-minded, but sure. So I could see why she would say, oh, it's cheap, or it's a chain restaurant, or that's not a lot of effort, or what have you. But for me, I don't want somebody putting too much effort into a date and then having like an expectation from me, like, oh, I spent money on you and now XYZ. So when I was dating more, not, I don't anymore because I'm not single anymore, but
very much married,
very
happily
much.
married women.
Thank you. But I wouldn't mind like a 30-minute coffee date on a Saturday morning just to even see if do I want to spend more time with this person, especially if it's somebody that I'm not super familiar with. We don't know each other well. So I kind of think that's a shallow and narrow-minded litmus test to decide whether or not you're compatible with somebody or if somebody is going to make a good partner or anything else. So I think that's pretty stupid.
Let me ask you, as a person that's a little bit more liberal than I am, when you were, I can't even ask you that because it'd be wrong to ask you that since you're married, but what would have been a deal breaker in your mind when it comes to conservative values? I'll give you an example. There's an existing community called the Red Pill community. I'm sure you've heard of them. The Red Pill community, I kind of started YouTube with them, with the Red Pill community, because I was the one who was saying women shouldn't vote. I don't think that women should have the ability to vote. Voting is not a right, it is a privilege. And I would say that with my whole chest, yes.
Okay.
That no, wait, I'm not finished.
right,
I'm the one who says that women are property of their husbands, that you are property, and it is a good thing to be owned. And if you don't see yourself as property, then you're going to end up having problems in your marriage because, that.
Wow.
I also believe that child support shouldn't be a thing. That child support. Get over here.
Sorry.
That child support shouldn't be a thing for the majority of single mothers, because if you were not married when you popped out a baby by that man, then you do not deserve child support because you were not married when you popped out that baby. You had a right. 33 forms of birth control, use one or keep your freaking legs closed. But if you see a man, you lay down with him and you pop up pregnant the next week, that is not a reason for him to pay child support.
Why shouldn't maybe men should have mandatory vasectomies and not be able to reverse them until they're ready to be parents? I don't understand why, if it takes two people to lay down together and have sex and produce a child, why the onus should be on the woman. So that's
the reason I say that is because
little.
Wait, the reason I say that is because women have the ability at this moment to kill their babies. Women have the ability to abort. Women are the ones who decide who lives and who dies. So if that is the case, then women have the majority of the responsibility when it comes to a child being born. You have the right to take that baby out if you want. At this point in time, abortion is legal. So if you want to say, and another thing, with all the forms of birth control, why not use one of them?
I mean, I was on birth control for a decade, and I don't have any kids, and have never been pregnant. So,
but that's not. Yeah, this doesn't go to you. But this is how I see the world. You could say, this is the way I see women, because in my opinion, feminism is the reason why we have the majority of problems that we have today in America.
So I guess the original question was, would things like this be deal breakers when I was dating? And like, absolutely, that is fucking unhinged. So God bless. And no, I mean, I'm pro-choice 100%, because let's like, so circle it back, right? If the ownership is on the woman, according to what you're saying, and she shouldn't get child support and she should be on birth control, well, then conversely, okay, a woman gets pregnant, the man isn't going to be with her, she can't afford the child, get an abortion. Like, you can't to me, that seems like hypocritical. And then all of you pro-choice people, who's gonna pay for the child? You're not pro-choice, you're pro-birth, you're pro make the woman have the child. You don't even really give a fuck about if that child is set up to be successful or not. So yeah. Any man that thinks women are property or is anti-abortion, but also anti-abortion and also unwilling to wear a condom, practice abstinence, take the proper steps on his end, then yeah, no, that would not be somebody that I would be interested in having a relationship with. let's see. There's some
Oh, you want to
comments
respond?
in
Go ahead.
here. Oh no.
Here,
Pro-choice for the woman only. What does that even mean? Like, how does that pro-choice to do what? Choose abstinence, parenthood, adoption, and abortion. Oh yeah. So men are pro-choice to, well, not the adoption part, but men are pro-choice to choose abstinence, to wear a condom, to have a vasectomy. That is reversible. And then, women have their options as well, abortion being one of them. Thank God. Although the reversal of Roe v. Wade is a petrifying thing to have in this country in 2023 is amazing. I can't believe that we've really digressed to that point. Transformers and Decepticons, I'm assuming that you're referring to transgender people.
Where did you see that?
Opinion on transform.
I got it.
Okay. I think that that's a pejorative way of referring to trans people. I'm very much in the state of mind that do what you want to do. Why the fuck do I care? What you want to chop your whatever off, you want to live your life as a man when you're like, why do I care? Literally, what does it have to do with me? I don't understand why people are so obsessed with what other people are doing with their bodies.
Well, I can answer that. No, I've heard this argument many times. What does it have to do with me? You live your life how you want, and I live my life how I want it. Well, as you know, in today's America, we have a situation of bathroom problems now because men are going into women's bathrooms with young girls there. There have been many cases. This is not just a random thing. It's been many cases where these men who pose as women going in the bathrooms, taking cameras, looking in and peeking in on other girls, young girls. These are actual perverts. I have seen so many people who are on the sex registry, okay, going in and posing as women. This is where we have that silver line, right? I wouldn't even say silver. It's more like a gray line where a man can just put on a dress and say, I'm a woman, and do as he pleases and enter women's spaces. Now, would you say that that doesn't affect you?
Bro, come on. Seriously.
Okay.
Hold on. No, my response to that is, what kind of fear-mongering shit is this here?
Okay. Fear-mongering. Okay. Maybe you're not afraid. Maybe you can handle yourself. That's cool. What about women's sports? Women are losing their titles that they've worked all their lives for to men. Because like you said, it doesn't affect me. I'm what? Like, you live your life how you want. I live mine.
Am I going to be an Olympic athlete tomorrow? Probably not. But no, I would venture to say that people that are born biologically male should not be able to participate in women's sports. See, it's a spectrum, people. You can have opinions that lie somewhere in the middle. Somebody said I'll be canceled after this. Canceled to who? Why should I care if you want to cancel me?
They're trying. Don't.
Oh, is that a thing?
Don't worry. I mean, look, I have been canceled about 5 to 8 times, so it's okay.
Oh, already in the course of this life.
Right now. No, literally right now.
Okay.
So it's fine. Don't worry. Just move on. Actually, respond to the comments that you are able to answer.
Okay, sure. Rapes and other assaults by men pretending to be women. Can you drop in the chat the article to that, please?
She's calling you out.
Yeah, can you drop in the chat? Thanks.
You're saying that these things don't affect you. You're saying, and I believe the complete opposite because, we're going to have children one day. Well, I know me for sure, but I don't know about you, but we're going to have children one day, right? Our children are going to go to school with the neighbors' children, of course, who are growing up with this ideology. They're going to be influenced by these people. This stuff is not just something that's in a vacuum. It's not in a vacuum. It's next to you. It's next to your children. It's next to you in the bathroom. It's next to you in the sports. It's next to you in every facet of society. So, what do you say about that?
Why are these? Why is the ownership on strangers that are living their lives to have conversations and influence your children? Why are the parents not at home helping their child be discerning and educating them on what's right and what's wrong? I mean, that's the same just kind of erroneous thought process of saying that, Eminem back in the day made raps and somebody went and shot at their school and it's Eminem's fault because of his lyrics. Like, what are you even talking about? That's nuts.
You would think that a rapper, an artist, is the same thing as laws that are being passed to allow men in women's bathrooms. You think that that is a proper, that they don't, that's not a good what's it called, comparison. That's not a good comparison.
I see that somebody up there responded with the article from the Examiner.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I got you. So
let me open it.
yeah, okay, you can open it. So I mean, are things like that an anomaly?
Put it in the private chat.
Is that happening every day? I mean, I guess you could also get hit by lightning or a garbage truck walking your dog. I don't. But I think that a great solution actually to all of this, here, I'm going to solve your bathroom challenges in 2 seconds. Just have all of the stalls be single stalls where people aren't sharing space. There you go. Problem solved.
All right, we're going to get this article together. Yeah. Okay, so let me read it. I'll read it for us. Okay. We can't see them right now, but they can see us. Mm-hmm. Okay, here we go. All right. In recent exclusive, Post Millennial investigated a tragic rape story. The victim, a 12-year-old girl, was assaulted and violated in October of 2021 by a, classmate in her school bathroom in New Mexico. She was neglected by her school along with several of her peers. The awful incident is the latest consequence of gender ideology, which has unsafely infiltrated school districts in the United States. Here it goes on to say, she told Maggie, which is also a pseudonym, that her new symptoms of depression were from being bullied at school. Apparently, when Maggie complained, the administration accused Maggie's parents instead of attempting to rectify the problem. So in Loudoun County, Virginia, a young gender fluid man assaulted sexually his classmates in a girl's bathroom as well. The school district ignored complaints from a concerned father about this transgender policies and made little effort to persecute the perpetrator despite knowing past accusations made against him. Because these people are typically guarded and protected by the media and so on.
Let's see the comments. I get the point, and it lists like 3 other things, so you guys can see the screen. Fantastic. Let's see the public comments, please.
Sure.
Yeah. So I think that there's going to be perverts of every background and gender identification. So sure, it happens. I think that it's more of an anomaly than people make it out to be. I don't think it's a daily occurrence, but I feel like there's probably more men that are just straight men that are doing the raping of children, adults, boys, girls, women, men, than there are trans people. But the mental state of wanting to be the opposite gender is not something that resonates with me or that I can identify with or that I understand. However, God bless and good luck to those people. So
I've seen many times where people say that they say, "Oh, it's men. It's not a trans problem. It's a man problem. Men are just horny and undisciplined, and men are the ones who are committing these acts of violence. Men are just violent naturally, right?" But in my case, when I see this as a preventable issue. Like we could say that men are more violent because men are naturally more violent than women. But actually, I take that back. I have seen that the majority of domestic violence cases are women hitting men, but men don't typically call police, and men typically aren't hurt by the. Oh, you think not?
Go on.
Okay, alrighty. But I'm telling you, men do not call police. Women do. When the police come, typically they take the man instead of the woman, even if the man is the one being abused. Did you know that?
Okay.
Johnny Depp should have been the one. Didn't you like that? That was a perfect example of, okay, all right, wait a minute.
I didn't stand with Amber. I didn't stand with her.
Well, I hope not. But another thing is that women, because women are weaker, typically they don't inflict too much damage on men. So the moment that a man actually responds to a woman being violent, he's likely to mess you up. This is the reason why when the police come, the woman is bruised and the man isn't bruised, and they say, oh, the man, it has to be the violent one, when in fact she was probably provoking him, hitting him, and once he retaliated, all of a sudden she's the victim. You've never seen it?
I mean, sure, but the only thing as a person that you have control over is your response to a situation. So if something like that is happening, why would you not remove yourself from the scenario or take action to be defensive? Why do you need to be offensive?
Well, wouldn't that be victim blaming? Two can play that game.
Oh gosh. Okay. Sure.
But when it's a man, when we're talking about the man, it's not victim blaming. But if they've said that to a woman, well, shouldn't you just?
Men are biologically stronger. So
they should tolerate being.
What is this, like a men's right? Like, are we vigilantes for
essentially?
Men?
Essentially.
Okay. Yeah. All right.
She's coming around now. She's starting to figure it out. She's figuring it out slowly but surely. I mean, you should have known. You should have known. I mean, 10 years, guys. 10 years.
I mean, yeah, I kind of knew. It's still a very fascinating social experiment.
Anyway. Let me see. I'm looking at you guys. Dio says she'll never come around. No. I disagree. But 7 years ago, 8 years ago, I couldn't have a conversation with her. The fact that she's even having this conversation is a huge improvement. I'll tell you guys, we couldn't have this conversation without actually fighting. Seriously. She would like yank my hair. I would try to trip her up because she's tall. I would try to trip her up. Like, we couldn't have this conversation. And the crying. Oh, the crying.
Wow.
She would cry, kick and scream, and you're just so hateful, Amira. You remember that day?
So we can do this one.
Oh, red lipstick. Hi, red lipstick. Yeah, I will. Yeah. You said you never talked about all this stuff before. I've tried, but every time I used to try, the response. Go ahead, answer that question.
Yeah, I mean, I think that perhaps I wasn't as receptive, and that's not necessarily to say that I'm receptive now, but I think, yeah, to her point of us knowing each other for so long and knowing each other from college, so you do the math, we're a little bit older now. I think that I've maybe matured a little bit and am more...
Wait a minute, not more than me, not more than me. No, I'm not even going to, no, wait, no. I'm not even going to let you finish that because I already know what you're going to say. You're going to say something like, Amira, she's always been this way. She hasn't actually grown and progressed. I have, okay? I have, especially after being married. What marriage changed me too, because before I was a lot more bratty, I guess you could say.
I think you've grown more conservative.
Yeah.
Over the years. I think so. So to whoever said you guys haven't had these conversations, not recently, and she's more conservative than, and I think the marriage and male property, that likely has been something that has been brainwashed, into your
Would you
minds.
look at that? I'm brainwashed.
Propaganda, pro male propaganda, incredible.
Let me ask you. Wait, do you have to?
No.
Oh, okay. So wait. Okay. So my idea of women being property, my idea is that I'll share it to you like this: children are property of the parents, right? They're your responsibility. Their health, even their style, whatever they wear, their haircuts, everything is your responsibility because that's your right as a parent. Those are your property, your kids. Women are property of the husband, just as children are property of the parents.
Hold on. I just can click it, yeah?
Yeah. If I don't own her, I don't owe her nothing. That's what I'm saying. So what's the point of a man? Let me ask you this. What's the point of a man entering this contract of being a husband, being financially responsible for this woman, making sure that all of her well-being is taken care of, because that is his responsibility, just like our husbands take care of us. Why would a man enter into this with all the responsibilities but none of the rights?
Yeah, I'll respond to that. It's a little old fashioned, the idea of men. I mean, I don't know. I guess I'm, a new age libtard or whatever you people are gonna say.
At
like,
least you know your name. Aww.
I go to work and I make money and I provide and contribute to my household, and I expect to be treated as an equal, because I'm an equal provider and contributor, both financially, emotionally, physically. I cook, I clean. So yeah, I mean, I guess I'm a typical Western woman, so I don't really see why my husband would have ownership over me if I'm also bringing things to the table.
Money does not make a woman equal to a man. No matter how much money you have, you will never be equal. The reason is because God made us this way. You're a Christian, right?
Yep.
You're a Christian? Okay. As a Christian, you understand that God made us this way. He made us with these differences for a reason, because the men are supposed to look over the woman. Now, if a woman is choosing a husband or saying yes to a man to be her husband, this man is going to take on the responsibility of you. And no, stop it.
I had a comment I wanted to pick, but I'm
But
listening.
no, but you're like, wait, which one?
It's this one.
Oh, I want to tell you,
Okay.
Red Lipstick is she's one of my, oh, look, she's one of my friends here on YouTube.
Oh, gotcha. Okay.
And she's a black woman, a real black woman.
Oh, a real
Not
black
like you. Not like you. She's not real, Red Lipstick. She's not real. But she said women and men will never be equal. And that's a black woman. A woman.
Oh, you, never mind. I'm not going to say that.
And she is what you want to be. She's a black. She's what you want to be. Look.
I actually very much am fine being.
Wait. I didn't get the.
Oh, sorry.
I didn't get the message that you wanted to respond
Oh,
to. It was this one?
It was that one.
Okay. It says, how long before she understands? At 30, at 40? 1 second. You know what?
I'm not
No,
gonna
wait, no.
respond.
No, wait, because I want. Okay. She says Matthew Perry died today at 54. Okay, listen. I want to speak to you.
When am I going to understand by what age?
Wait, let me speak to you really quickly. Guys, hold on before she answers this, because I know she's going to go crazy about it. Wait a second. I already. Please be nice. Please be nice. Go ahead.
Yeah, I don't think this is like a linear thing that I'm here and over time I'm going to get to be somewhere else. So that's not like, I don't really know how that necessarily applies, candidly. Let's see. She is what you want to be. That is so funny.
It says, okay, men don't need an equal. Men need a co-provider, or they don't need a co-provider. Women do not bring food to the table. They risk burning down the whole house. We're better off paying our own bills.
Okay, that's fantastic. So, I would never like not work and be a stay-at-home mom, housewife situation. That's like 100% never going to be a thing. I'll pass. But I want you to know that the head of every man is Christ, and the head of woman is man, and the head of Christ is God. Okay, good for that. That's great. It's fantastic.
Astaghfirullah. You as a Christian, you have to read that and know.
Yeah. All right. If a woman's career is at risk because she is pregnant and the baby has a heartbeat, does she have the right to murder a baby? I mean, I don't. Okay, dude, pro-choice over here, pro-abortion. I will say, the caveat to that being like 3 months. Like, let's not get crazy. Go 6, 7, 8 months. So yeah, I think 12 weeks or less, but I think a woman has a right to have an abortion at any time for any reason, career or otherwise. And I 100% think if there's some type of medical implication or risk to the mother's health, that would make sense and an abortion is the solution. That, yeah, absolutely.
How many times does that happen though? That is very, very extremely rare. We have modern technology. Most women do not die in childbirth.
Not a Christian if you're pro-choice. Like, okay,
Well,
that's fine. You're entitled to that opinion, I suppose. I think that the Bible is like guidelines and ways that you should live.
that's okay.
Semantics.
Wait. I can't let that one slide, because really, as a Christian, right? What is the point of being a Christian if we don't follow the rules as Christian, right? Like, what's the point of saying you're a Christian if the Bible is just a guideline? It's not actually the word of how things should be.
Because it was a book written by men thousands of years ago. It's not like it was a book written by God. The part of the Bible that I take the most seriously are the words that Jesus actually spoke. Because, yeah.
You don't think that those men got their revelation from God?
They're still men at the end of the day. That it's not God that wrote the Bible. So,
Well, if you guys heard it, that
she's not a Christian. She's a socialist. I am not a socialist.
No.
Definitely not that.
she
No
hates
way.
taxes too much to be a socialist,
Yeah,
for sure.
Yeah, seriously.
Wait, let me see. I said, wait, wasn't Jesus a man? Wasn't Jesus a man?
Yeah, but Jesus is God, so he is in his essence came down to walk the planet as a man.
Did he not have a penis?
Okay, you know what? I wasn't there. I don't know.
Was there a penis or not?
I wasn't there. I don't know. Oh Lord.
I'm sorry, guys. I'm going to have to delete this live stream.
Somebody up there had said, Amira, would you still be friends with me if you found out I was LGBT?
If I found out that you were LGBT or they were?
Me.
You know, that's a hard one. I don't know, Rachel, because you probably wouldn't want to be friends with me. That's probably where we would end up separating. It's not really me towards you. It would probably be you towards me. You wouldn't want to hang out with me with my views of, marriage, of how things should be. If you were LGBT, you would probably feel highly offended being around me.
You don't think I'm like highly offended being around you in this moment? Like, you don't think that
You'll get
a
over
lot
it.
of this
You'll get over it.
really offensive? That would be the thing, though. That would be the tipping point.
Well, that's where I draw the line. I can't do it. I just, Raquel,
Right.
I just, he says, are you okay?
Yeah.
Okay. We should be done in like 20 minutes.
No, we're good.
GB says, all scripture is given by inspiration of God and is profitable. Because I have really good internet. That makes no sense. Are you guys, is my internet messing up for you guys, or is it normal? Tell me what's going. Oh, you said frozen?
It is glitching a little bit. I thought that was on my end, so I didn't say anything. But yeah, now you said something. Yeah, you were frozen there for a minute. So I'm assuming you can hear all this.
Yeah, I hear you, of course.
Okay,
It just does it for a second and then it comes back.
Yep.
I don't know why it's doing that.
Probably
Samael?
high traffic would be my guess
Yeah,
on StreamYard
It could
tonight.
be around the area. Yeah, around the area. Samael, did you have anything for Rachel?
No, not at this time. I was just letting you know about the internet.
Okay. I want to put the link in the chat, so I'm willing to have a conversation. But like I said, everybody be respectful. I can't handle too much disrespect to my friend here. She is my friend, so please, let's all be respectful as we know how to be. Yeah. I'm gonna put the link in the chat. So if anybody wants to come have a quick conversation, I am available for the conversations. Imagine if Amira's friend came out on today's stream, then I'd have to pause the stream and say, we'll be right back, guys. I would come back on here alone.
Yeah.
I'd be like, so she had to go. She was in a hurry. She got an emergency call. All right, come on, Shadow. Welcome in, Shadow. Hi, Shadow.
Howdy. Sorry for being disrespectful the other night when you told me to fuck off and I didn't in the chat. No.
Huh?
Hi.
Howdy. Oh, hi. Yeah, no. You were like, never mind.
No, what? Go ahead.
No. So I was,
please. It's whatever. Do you have any questions for Rachel or me?
I had one and I forgot it. So
Okay, I'll bring you back. Hi, Tito. Wait, you're on mute. You're muted.
Yeah, I got
There
a
you
bit
go.
of an echo here, but you touched on a lot of different subjects. But one thing I would touch on when it comes to the War 3 mode and what a lot of people don't talk about. Hold on, one second.
Your
What a lot
mic
of
is like
people. Is it still echoing now? Is that better?
It's okay. It's okay. It's doing a little bit better. Just go on.
Okay, gotcha. Basically, when it comes, I have this idea for a solution for the problem. It just takes like a tough, it'll take leadership, which we're constantly lacking when it comes to the Israel-Palestine thing. I think at the end of the day, they're going to have to do forced migration to where all the Palestinians are just taken out and moved forcefully. And I got it's a perfect idea. A lot of people that support Israel have a lot of money. Lebanon and Syria are hurting for money bad. You move them all into that countries and you pay for it. We'll rebuild Syria and you rebuild Lebanon. Their country is more economically, is better for the people, and it could help out. The problem with that is people make too much money off the war. So that's a problem. But that solution would work. You just
Tyrell,
yeah.
wait. They have Saudi Arabia. Saudi Arabia is a very rich country. The United Arab Emirates, very rich country. Egypt is even pretty well off. And these countries, Middle Eastern countries, are not coming to bat for Palestine as they should be. And the thing is about moving all the Palestinians out of their land. They don't need to lose their land to Israel. That is not why they shouldn't be taken out. This is not, we don't want to have Israel win that way by saying, okay, you can just have the land, we'll take all the people out.
Gotcha, Mayor. But they're on a sinking ship. They're going to wipe them out. That's why they've cut off the water and do that, is to make it so horrible that they leave. Israel plans to wipe them out. They're going to kill them. Well, hold up, we're on YouTube. They're going to wipe them out. The way everything is set up and how they're moving in now, they shut off the water there, and they're slowly going to take all that land. I mean, even if this wouldn't happen, as you can see, the West Bank is shrinking. Gaza is shrinking. They're going to wipe those people out. They're on a sinking ship. They got to get out. For the people that want to stay and fight,
I just said it's genocide and it's very sad.
Yeah, so I'm just trying to save their life because they got buildings falling on people that ain't got nothing to do with it. And Lebanon is hurting for money, so that's why I think like Saudi Arabia won't help them. The other ones won't help them. I'll work on my mic. I got this whole soundboard thing here. I'll figure to work on it. Can y'all still hear me and understand me now?
Oh, no, you're fine. You're good.
Okay. One other thing I want to talk about. When it comes to the mixed race thing, I've been around a lot of mixed race people, and it depends on how they're treated. Some are accepted by one side, then they're not accepted by the other side. Some people are accepted by both sides. So it depends on how they're treated and whatever they want to identify. So to me, that's a minor thing. And on the transgender things, I know we jumped a lot of topics. To me, I think it is how propaganda is used to get people think they have a sickness. So Big Pharma can test medicines on people. Because people that are on those transgender drugs, they keep having to come back for the medicine. They have to keep it up. So they got to keep coming back. So they're just drug dealers. And then they get to test those puberty blockers, all that other stuff and things like that. So it's just Big Pharma making money. You can go ahead.
How is that different? How is that different than Big Pharma making money off of any chronic illness that you have to take a medicine for every day? So that's...
It is, but this is something that doesn't have to be. I look at Chaz, the one they had his own TV show on, and how Chaz owned the TV show. I don't watch it all the time, but when Chaz said something was wrong with me, he was a boy who they made a girl, and they were messing with them. And in one of the episodes, just watch it. Chaz is saying where he doesn't feel right. That's because he's a boy, and his mom's done all this stuff to him that has messed him up. But I'll let other people talk.
No, stay here, Tyrell. Sorry, she's not used to live streaming, so she's highly distracted by
The chat.
acting
Yeah.
crazy. Animals. The chat turns into animals sometimes. That is just what happens. That's
I got you.
listen. There's sometimes where you guys are in the chat. I swear, I'll be talking about something, and then I look at the chat and I get immediately confused, distracted, entertained, overwhelmed, just insulted.
Somebody dropped the share lyric and I lost it. I'm sorry. That was really funny. Okay, my bad. No, this is very serious. This is very serious. Very serious. Okay.
All right. So, okay. I want to get Dio in here. Dio is like a mad scientist. Dio, please, and Larry as well. Larry is Lawrence Knight. Dio, do you have anything? Can you listen? I'm gonna turn off the
I'm
chat.
not looking at the chat anymore. All right.
Okay, Dio.
Yeah, I actually had just a quick question for the liberal. Now, you've mentioned that you're very much in line with this whole clump of cells, kill the baby kind of mentality. We live in a very secular society, so we're all just clumps of cells. So where do you stand on other this is mine, so it's my choice kind of things, like my tax dollar, my choice? Can we start killing public burdens because they're in the way now? How about ex-wives if we have to pay alimony? Is it okay to kill them because my alimony check, my choice? When do we start saying human life actually matters? When do we start saying it's not okay to kill our fellow human beings?
Sure. Yeah. When that clump of cells is viable outside of the mother's womb, then at that point I do start to say, okay, let's have a conversation here. What's going on, right? But
so what if it's not viable without my tax dollars? Is it then acceptable for me to say, okay, let's off the homeless? They're not going to live without my tax dollars, so let's just start cleaning up the streets.
Fascinating. So I guess, I mean, it sounds like you're kind of playing a little bit of devil's advocate here on me, if I'm picking up on this correctly, to say that some lives aren't worth as many as others, and so do we just go
I'm
ahead
saying
and
either human life has value or it doesn't.
Okay, so, but at what point? So, oh God, all right. I guess we're going to get down to the granularities of what is the definition of human life. A clump of cells is not human life. A homeless person, your ex-wife, whatever, is a human life. Okay, something that is still in gestation is not a human life. Like, come on, be for real.
To who? Again, this to me.
Sure, and now we're getting
very
into
much as much one. So I mean, if you're going to
semantics.
say a baby's life doesn't matter, what is there to hold men like me back? What is there to tell me human life has value? You're playing with a very dangerous game, removing the meta-ethical infrastructure that holds people back. You start removing that, and there's nothing to say, hey, don't kill people because human life matters. You say it's okay to kill a baby? Then I'm going to say there's not many people there are not okay to kill.
Stop, chill out. It's not a baby, my friend. It's not a baby.
It is a baby. It feels pain.
Viable. No, actually, it's a parasite.
Not to you.
It's a parasite inside of an incubator.
I am so sorry about that, guys. I am so sorry. First of all, we are.
Hold on. I have a question.
Children are parasites.
I haven't said a word.
One second, Larry. I know you haven't. Just give me a second, Larry. Let me referee a little bit. Okay, wait a minute, guys. I understand what you guys are saying, but I want us to. I can't believe you actually think that.
Yeah. Okay. So babies aren't parasites. The baby is inside. The woman's womb is an incubator, and the baby is inside as a parasite living off of the life of the mother until it comes out of the womb and is now.
It is now breastfeeding
on its own.
And by your explanation, is still acting as a parasite. So my question for you is, hold on. Sorry. At 8 weeks, my son's heartbeat could be heard. And a clump of cells doesn't throw punches at 8 weeks old like my son did. Doesn't throw kicks like my daughter did at 9 weeks.
Babies kick at 9 weeks? Is that a thing?
Yeah, they move, but the mom usually can't feel it.
Yes.
Okay. Well, hey, look, I'm very much. So another thing about me is that, like, you're entitled to your opinion, man, and you can live your life and you can make that choice for yourself or in your family and what's best for you, and that's fine. I don't have anything against people that don't want to have an abortion. A woman is pregnant and she's like, I don't believe in abortion. It's not something that aligns with my values. It's not something that I want to do. fantastic. That's great for you. I love that for you. But I don't see why you want to encroach on my decision and my body to make a
Well, we
decision
say
about
the
what's
same thing
best for me.
about what's going on with boys being able to say that they're girls and walking into women's bathrooms.
Okay, well, boys, I think that as far as transgender, that conversation, like people need to
It's the
be
same thing.
over a certain age. I think. So
It's the same thing.
because I
Leah
don't think that
Thomas
people.
encroached on the rights of biological women.
Well, the thing is
Why?
this.
Why does somebody being trans down the street have anything to do with my femininity? Like, what does that have to do with my uterus, my body, me operating and living my life as a woman because somebody around the corner wants to do that? I don't.
Go,
I just.
go have a
I don't get it.
boxing match with a biological man that identifies
Why,
as a
but
woman.
why am I having a boxing match with anyone? Like, what is
Well,
the
you want to find
what is
out,
the context?
right? I mean, it's the best way to find out what the
What is the
difference is.
context? Why would I be in a situation where I'm in a boxing ring with a man? This is like really bizarre.
Wait, because they're allowing men to be in the boxing rings with women.
Well, they shouldn't. No, they shouldn't. I think that you, when it comes to, like competitive sports, man, I think you need to kind of take a look at the biology of things. But
Then they shouldn't allow them in the toilets with them either.
I mean, just have single stalled bathrooms, like, or go pee at home. Like, I just,
Well, the point is, it's really moot at this point. Last year, we had 7.2 million men drop out of the workforce. Between Russia and the right, we have pretty successfully killed the petrodollar. The age of us importing goods to send back empty containers is over. We are going to collapse this country. Men are not on board with baby murder. We're not on board with all of this. So unless you can start pulling a lot of 90-hour weeks to pick up our slack, this country is going to die and fall on top of you. And it's all going to be a moot point.
Don't do that. Girl.
Next, wait, Shadow's here. He dropped out earlier. I'm over this one.
Give me.
Let's hear from Shadow.
So are you telling me that he's giving you a point that is that
I'm
too much?
No,
wait.
I'm asking you in circles. We're talking in circles, and we're not making any progress. We're not getting anywhere with this one. I would like to hear from someone else, and you can circle back to him if you want. But like, this is going.
Was his point too good?
Yes, it was. Oh my god, it was so good. The point was so good. Okay, next.
Stop. All right, just let's give Dio a break because All right, so Shadow, go ahead.
Yeah, I mean, I don't remember your name, but I do agree that we're not really going to find a lot of. Actually, let me ask you a quick question, and this should be a little bit tamer. Do you think humans are inherently selfish or selfless beings?
Oh, selfish by far. People are inherently
Really?
selfish. Yes, I do think so. Yeah,
Because
I think that people are conditioned biologically and instinctually to operate on whatever is in their best interest. It's a survival mechanism. Yeah, people are selfish inherently.
I think you're the first person I've heard express a lot of the opinions that you're sharing not start with the basis point that everyone is, in fact, most people who talk about some of the stuff you do come from the perspective that humans are inherently selfless and that it's society. So that's actually, yeah.
No, come on. Like, people, it's survival of the fittest. It's Darwin. Like, no, man, it's not. No.
Okay. So
Darwin was kidding, right? He didn't believe any of that shit.
No. Okay.
He was a devout Catholic till the day he died.
Good to know. Well, he's not wrong. It is survival of the fittest, and
he was, and he would be the first to tell you that he was.
Well,
so if it's survival of the fittest, then why are you weeding yourselves out of the gene pool? Isn't that kind of like reverse evolutionary theory? You're kind of deliberately murdering your own babies.
Okay. Anyway, Shadow. So please continue.
She doesn't like you, Dio.
It's not that I don't like. It's like, okay, bro, we get it. You've made your point, and it's a very great point. Thank you.
That's fine. I get it. There's no way forward between us. Liberals and us cannot coexist.
I agree. And hey, look, no disrespect to you at all. Like I've said entirely this whole time, people can do what they want to do. It's not like your opinion is not going to affect me. I'm probably going to even forget about the sound of your voice by tomorrow. So it doesn't affect me. God bless you.
Well, it's not to affect you. It's for the audience. When
It
we
is for
talk
the
about, we
audience.
can't change each other, but the audience can hear and decide for themselves.
So I hope that it's entertaining to the audience. So anyway, Shadow. So I answered your first question. Did you have another line of logic with that there?
Well, kind of just like depending on how you answer different questions based on that. I didn't come with this with a script, and I apologize for that.
You're fine.
So you mentioned that you were a Christian. I mean, kind of tied with that. Do you believe that humans inherently have a soul?
Good question.
Yes, I do.
Okay. And when do you think that we either are given that soul or earn that soul from God? Do you think it's the moment that conception occurs? Do you believe that it's the moment we leave the womb? Just not trying to like start a gotcha question. I'm just trying to like understand.
No, this makes sense. No, I see where you're going with this, and that is very interesting. What is the start? I mean, I think that a lot of this is conjecture. I don't know that anybody necessarily has a like solid answer to that. I think there's going to be just variation. Some people are going to say, yeah, as soon as the sperm penetrates the egg. Other people are going to say once there's a heartbeat or once the baby is out. I don't know.
Yeah, no, I was just asking that because if we're talking about, because I mean, I can't remember the exact wording, but one of the most famous commandments or rules in the Bible is "Thou shalt not kill." So if we're going to be talking about killing a baby or killing the homeless, as I think it was Dio suggested, or killing enemy combatants in war, there always needs to be a effective rationale if we're going to be killing a person. If we're not going to be killing a person with a soul like a human, if we're going to be killing a pig or a potato, that changes the narrative. So I just wanted to understand: do you believe that
For some
embryo?
context, Shadow.
What was that?
For some context, it's "Thou shalt not murder," not "Thou shalt not kill." Killing in battle is not the same thing.
Okay, then I misremembered that quote, and I apologize. So I'm actually approaching that from a bad perspective.
It was poorly translated for a long time.
Okay,
no worries.
Then I retract that line of logic. Then
that's fine.
Yeah.
Again, I guess like I just think about it more, I guess, from a secular and societal perspective. Which, by the way, if you haven't figured out from talking to me yet, everybody in the chat and what have you, is that I like my opinions are on a spectrum. So I think that there's a lot of nuance and gray area in life. So I guess I think of it more, if we're going to go back to the soul, to the route of the soul, I believe that an innocent soul, so regardless of when somebody is attributed with a soul, an innocent soul is going to heaven, regardless. So at whatever point the soul happens in the womb, that child is going to heaven if in fact it does it is as a result of an abortion or anything else. I guess I think more from a secular and societal point of view of what is the quality of life of this child that the mother didn't want. Maybe she can't afford it, maybe the father isn't in the picture, whatever other plethora of reasons. And because life is inherently suffering, this world is a very dark and cold place to be. So I almost see it as like a humane euthanasia in some scenarios.
So it's better to be ripped apart with hooks than to be put in an adoption agency. Is that the hill you want to die on?
It's a woman. A woman is like risking her life. Like she might die in the process of childbirth for a child. So to be adopted, I mean, I think that there's plenty of children that don't have families in this planet. We don't need to produce more. And I haven't
plenty of families won't take in children too. That's not. I mean, I don't think that that's necessarily a good argument there.
There are plenty
and
of
honestly, yes, a
want.
woman might die in childbirth. That might happen. If you abort, someone definitely will die.
Yeah, that's true.
Okay, well, I'm not going to risk my life for a child I don't want. Like, this is ridiculous. And by the way, Doomsday,
I want to...
Whoever, the people on this call, like, how many children have you adopted? Can you please tell me about... your second house around the corner that's an orphanage with all these children that you've taken in.
My oldest child is my stepchild, and I've adopted her.
I have two adopted sisters that I helped raise.
Okay, fantastic. Well, if you go stand at the abortion clinic and you convince 5 women to not abort their babies, I hope you're willing to adopt 5 more. I don't, it doesn't make sense to me. And by the way, this is coming from a person, I've never been pregnant before. I don't have any kids. I've never been pregnant. I've never been in that situation, but should I find myself in that situation and it isn't something that aligns, like what if, people get R-worded, various things happen, or I have
That's
a
not the
child
kid's
and
fault.
it isn't going to be viable outside of the womb. Like if it didn't make sense based on my situation, I would get one if I needed to. I don't foresee that happening, but life is, who knows.
Quickly, guys, I really want to shift a little bit because the abortion topic clearly is one that she feels strongly about and that we feel very strongly about, of course. But I want to switch to this because Neil, I know Tyrell, 1 second. Neil says, first, Gaza is not shrinking. Second, Israel withdrew from Gaza in 2005. Jewish civilians were forcefully removed. The first thing that happened was agricultural and manufacturing facilities left. So I believe that he's defending Israel a little bit. And
okay, well, whatever. Gaza is essentially an open air concentration camp. No, it's not. I wouldn't even say a prison, because if you're in prison, it's you've done something wrong to land yourself in prison. I think it's an open air concentration camp. So I don't see any explanation that can.
So you've been there?
No, have you?
No, I'm asking you because you're making a statement as if it's fact. I'm just wondering if you've been there. It's really not a gotcha question.
I've seen pictures of it. I've seen what is being reported on it. So, and really, I actually follow less of mainstream news, and I follow more of things that are like on TikTok and social media, and the people that are there that are actually filming and speaking on the issues and sending in what's happening.
Honestly, to be fair, she's not wrong in that they are basically being held hostage. I mean, Israel will keep them there. They restrict who can come in and who can go out. More importantly, you cannot flee without Israel's permission. You cannot exit the country. They're locking that down. And then if somebody does something they don't like in the Islamic world, they'll shut off the water and they'll just bake the people to death and let them dehydrate. So, I mean, yeah, they're just hostages. Now, the thing is, the American outrage, that's all BS, frankly. I mean, they've been killing each other over there since we stuck them over there. And if we really cared about Israel, we would have brought them over here to America. We got plenty of desert we could have given them, but we didn't.
Well, we have too many already. They can stay over there.
Yeah, the fact of the matter is, the only reason that we're interested in this is because we have lost Ukraine and we are losing the petrodollar. So we need to get back in there. We abandoned Afghanistan in a massive fiasco. And as much as I'd love to just blame that all on Biden, Trump was going the same way because, let's face it, America doesn't produce anymore. So we're just a big debt hole, and nobody wants to keep funding our petrodollar because it's essentially just a massive tax on every other country.
Oh, man, let me get this guy up out of here. One second. I'll let you respond.
Hey, we agree on something.
Yeah, I'll let you respond. Dio, let's get Dio up out of here. Because first of all, what you're not going to do is insult my Trump. First of all, Trump is my Dio, you're not going to insult my daddy. First of all, go ahead.
I'm just okay. I need a moment to speak up for that statement.
No, but it's good that you do agree with her in something, because it's not all about, just like you said about spectrums. Not everybody is going to be completely against you on every topic. There's many topics that we all can agree on, or the majority of us can agree on.
Please don't misunderstand me. I would gladly sacrifice my life to rid the West of the left. We're not on the same side because we both hate what's going on over there. Like,
okay,
we're still foreign enemies.
Rescinded. Alignment rescinded then. You want to wipe me off the face of the earth? Okay. Well, since we're talking about politics real quick, I support neither Trump nor Biden. I'm not a fan of either. So
where do you stand?
I kind of saw some stuff from Robert Kennedy that I liked. But I'm not.
He's a Kennedy. He'll be dead in about a year.
I'm not super political, so I will put that out as a caveat right now. I'm not.
We can tell.
Very informed on politics.
We know.
I take more interest in like local government because that's the stuff that's going to affect me on the day to day. So I don't
agree
really
with that.
care too much about the Orange Man in the Crystal Tower.
That's good with that one. I think Samael was trying to say something.
Oh, about RFK? Yeah, he's a Kennedy. He'll be dead in a year.
He's not
He
wrong.
had some good things. I liked some of the things that he had to say.
Yeah, I'm sure, like JFK had some good things to say too. RFK Sr. had some great things to say. JFK Jr. had some great things to say. They're all dead.
I got you. He called out BlackRock and Vanguard and dismantling those corporations and monopolies, which I think
that'll get him deleted.
I don't think he's serious about that.
That will get him deleted.
Saying it.
Yeah, that's it.
I think we can all agree that any president that would actually do something for this country beyond put on a little bit of theater and maybe do some minor things like not start a major war, anyone who would actually fix this country is not going to get into office. And if they do, they're going to have a horrific suicide by running through the woods screaming and be found with 25 rounds in their spine. Because frankly, the people actually in charge don't want this country fixed. They want us to be the way we are, and actually worse than how we are, because they're scared of the middle class being something they have to actually listen to. They want to be the nobles.
I agree with you 100%.
Yeah.
The problem is we can't rely on demagogues. I mean, we can still engineer the situation where they don't have a choice but to do what we want.
Not really. Like at this stage, I don't think so as much, because they have absolute total control of information. If they decided, hey, we don't want X person's opinion being spouted out, they can get rid of it. And if they wanted to make it so at the point where AI technology is, and with deep fakes, they could, for instance, I follow Steven Crowder. If they decided to just get rid of Mug Club completely and replace it with a deep fake of Steven Crowder, who knows what kind of technology for all we know, it might not even be Steven Crowder anymore. It may be an AI controlling people's opinions, controlling the flow of information, so something actually going on isn't being told. And something a lot of people don't really consider is how weapons technology is advancing. No one talked about what happened in Azerbaijan or Armenia, or specifically the weaponry used by the Azerbaijani against, or I don't know if that's the correct term, but against the Armenians.
I have a video coming out about that pretty soon. Me and Larry are actually in the process. Yeah, we have some stuff coming out soon regarding many things, pipelines. Azerbaijan war, some things. Yeah, we have some things. So hold your thought on that.
Yeah, well, I'm just using that as an example of weapons technology. We're getting to a point where no longer the average citizen is as dangerous as the elitist warrior. The reason why democracy even happens is when your common farmer is able to pick up a weapon and be just as lethal as a person who has access to better equipment and more time to train. That's why you saw the rise of democracies after the musket became widely usable by your average hunter or farmer. Back when you only had plate armor and heavy armor and stuff like that, peasants, their opinions weren't considered because 20 peasants was going to die to a knight or a man-at-arms. But when those 20 peasants can get muskets and that knight or man-at-arms has to use the same kind of weapon, he needs to listen to those 20 peasants or they're going to kill him.
It's nice when the rabbit has the gun.
Well, I would disagree with you on that point, though. I don't think it really matters who has what weapon or what control of information. It matters who's funding all these things that we don't like. And at the end of the day, all these programs that we pretend to hate, there's a lot of conservatives that are out there talking about how they hate abortion, but then they go pay taxes and those tax dollars go to abortion. So if you're paying for abortion, how can you claim to be against it? What we're seeing now is the men who built the society, the men who have been holding it up, are walking away. Now, 7.2 million men left the workforce last year alone. That's working age men that are gone, men that produced and no longer are. Now, what's going to happen because of that? They're not going to have the funding they used to have. They can't replace them with women because women cost more than they produce. They can't replace them with immigrants because immigrants they cost more than they produce.
She's asking you a question. She's asking you a question. She said, where did
the men that left the workforce go?
Most of us went nowhere. We just sit around and do nothing. I used to work 90 hours a week as a college-educated tradesman. I now work about 20 hours a week sweeping up popcorn in the local theater. I mean, if you've been to a McDonald's lately, you're going to see a lot of older men there. Men who, and this is not even counted in the 7.2. This is not even counted in the 7.2.
Dio, you're ranting a little bit. She's trying to ask you a question.
I asked you why.
Go ahead, I can't.
Why did you leave the workforce as a tradesman to go sweep popcorn?
Because I don't want to fund this. I don't want to pay for baby killing, so I'm just not going to do it. What's it going to cost me? It's a vacation. All it's going to cost me is going on vacation, and my enemies will starve to death.
So because you don't want to pay taxes that are propagating things you don't.
Yes, exactly. Okay. I'm not going to pay for that. No taxation without representation. This does not represent me, so I'm just going to let it fall down.
And so you think that is the idea that is shared by those other millions of men that also left the workforce?
Yes.
They're feeling disgruntled about where their tax dollars are going?
We talk about this pretty openly. People try to censor us and shut us down, but we're very open about what we're doing and why.
Wait, you said we. Do you have a group, or do you know a group or something? What do you mean we?
Like people I work with are like this. People I talk to online are work this. If you go anywhere in the manosphere, you can talk to men and they're like, I don't like where this is going. I'm not going to fund this anymore. This is a massive thing.
It's kind of a big thing.
Okay.
It sounds like giving up to me.
I mean, I agree.
Would you pay your enemies or would you give up? Again, all it costs is a vacation.
You're not
there
fighting
are
anything
loopholes
either, though. You're just giving up and walking the fuck away.
Yeah.
If all you have to do is nothing, then why not do nothing? If that is the most effective thing left to us, I mean, you want to go in the trenches with your musket and pretend that's going to change anything, go ahead. We've been doing this for years to no avail. We've been screaming for years and no one listens.
Dio, wait 1 second.
It isn't one person walking away doesn't change anything. 20 people walking away doesn't change anything. This is a country of almost 400 million people, a handful of dudes who were fed up and walking away instead of getting involved. Maybe get involved in local politics. Maybe get involved in the family arena. Maybe actually build something worth fucking saving.
Alone. That's not a few. 7.2 million last year alone. And that doesn't help men like me.
400. It's a drop in the fucking bucket, man.
Dude,
well, that drop in the bucket, you can see the effect.
Sources trust me, bro. Okay. Can we hear some other voices and opinions? It's like very intense.
No, well, go ahead, man.
No, sorry, Tariel, go ahead.
Well, thanks. So many topics, but kind of what Shadow was talking about when AI is so good right now. And how's my volume?
I need some more share lyrics in the chat, please.
Going by what Shadow was saying about how AI is so good and how voice recognition can be changed, how they can get your voice and they can have you saying anything. They can have it looking. They can take a clip of this video here. I mean, this is just cheap AI. And you can create something of me saying something completely different on here. So just think what technology the government has, because the government already has stronger technology through Google, who works with the government through that. That's why Google is so important. Honestly, that's why I think why Google has YouTube. They're gathering data right now on what people are doing. So they can, and some people don't know about the deepfakes. They don't know that I can take your voice, change what a person says. So some people, they're just going to believe what they see, not knowing that it's fake. She loves being in that. Yes, I know. I'm in auto-tune, but I'll fix it. But something else just to go back. Just to go back to when it comes to like with Gaza, how that person said it's not shrinking. It most definitely shrinking now. They're bombing that whole place, and you don't need to go there. You can see that that is actually real. It's actually really happened. And the real reason why I push so hard and I just talk to people, because we have our own soldiers that are supposed to be going there, and I don't think that needs to be happening. I know we've been bouncing around. And the third thing I just wanted to talk about, when it comes to the pro-lifers, when it comes to baby deletion, in some sense, it's mercy. Because some of these children that are being born, they're being born to horrible parents or a horrible parent.
Let's get you up out of here. Let's get you up out of here. No, what we're not going to do, first of all, what we're not, no, wait. We're not going to promote that nonsense. What mercy? No. Mercy is between you and God. You are not God.
Yes, I'm not for it. I mean, I think you should properly, I think prevention is the best thing. We don't push prevention, but in some cases I'm pro. I'm not completely pro it. I say the first thing is you should better prepare women where they're not getting pregnant. It's something that you kind of push, Amira, for women to be more conservative, so you don't end up in that situation. If you ain't been in these streets, acting crazy, won't be in the
The
situation.
problem is not the pregnancy. The problem is the culture of women allowing themselves
Yes.
to get pregnant by Tom, Dick, and Harry, and then saying, "Oh, now I need to kill my baby." How about you
Yes.
not have that baby in you in the first place? How about you close your freaking legs first? No, let's not try that. No. We don't want to do that. We want to kill the child. Yeah,
Yeah.
no. I believe that the problem is not the baby, it's the women. But thank you guys so much. I gotta get going because she needs to get beat, and I need to have.
Yeah, the cat fight's gonna be off camera. Sorry, you guys.
She's laughing and giggling in my ear, and
I'm sorry. The auto tune, the comments, bro.
Yeah, I'm trying to
Yeah.
fix my thing.
The
I gotta sit here and
the
mess
share
with it.
lyrics. Whoever had the share lyrics, bless you. You.
Yeah, I'm sorry, Terrell, but you
cracking me
you you
up.
you
That
were
was
giving some
so
strong
funny.
T-Pain vibes over here.
I-
it
all right.
really is.
All right.
I'll mess with my soundboard. Send my soundboard. I'll fix
You
it.
need
I
to
was
fix
recording
it.
earlier. The
You're
next
like
part, yeah.
underwater or something. I don't know what's going
It
on.
was highly entertaining. Please don't fix it.
No,
Just
Right.
continue with that.
Thank
It was
you.
Fantastic. 3G Craftsman. Shout out to you.
3G is he's a favorite too. He's actually I have a few. I will go through the whole list when we're off the camera, but I have a few. But anyway, thank you guys so much. I appreciate you guys being so kind and patient with my best friend. She is different, and I'm not a monolith over here. I don't want us to just be an echo chamber. I want us to be able to hash it out with one another respectfully, of course, like adults do. And yeah, I appreciate it. I appreciate all the maturity here. I appreciate the respect. And
And I even appreciate the lack of maturity.
we didn't ask you a question.
Okay.
Okay. Thank you guys so much. And I appreciate, thank you guys. I think I will see you guys in a few days. Yeah, I'll see you guys probably Tuesday because we're going to stream about women and how bad they are, how much hoes are around us.
God bless.
Hoes.
All right.
And with that, I yield my time. Thank you guys. I'll see you Tuesday. Bye.